Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. Brew Crew's in the house. We turn up for the weekly close and want to get into the charts and want to check some new stuff out because why not? I just want to say before we get started today, happy Resurrection Day. Happy Easter to everybody out there. You know, we're hardcore Christians in this house. God is King. Jesus is Lord. And, that's how we view it here, and we just want to bless anybody and hope everyone that can find Jesus. So let's get rocking and rolling now. Check out this weekly close. Getting trading. Ooh, zombie. Yeah. Oh, also, guys, before we get started, smash that like not like this, Smash the like, not like this. Like this. Get that shaking going. Shake. See the bell? Fancy bell. Hit the bell to subscribe, y'all. We're gonna have a good time tonight. No brews today, man. Just drinking my water, keeping my guts good. Where I'll be ready for all week for you. Oh, you know what I need to do? Get the pump music going. Pump music. That's what I was forgetting. I was like, why is it so quiet? There we go. Pump music going. Dun. Where we're at Biddy. Wow, dude, I looked away for an hour and Biddy's pumping 87,000. Damn. Totally bummed too, guys. I put I got music. What up, Crypto Queen? Frickin' put a limit order in last night at 83,000. Like, I think it was 879, bro. And it we ended the stream right around here, right on this X. I thought it was gonna come down more to the downside. Dude, that sucker worked down here and it was in like $25 of filling my order before that sucker went up. I'm like, well, can't catch them all, I guess. I made a good attempt. Exactly. Tretonator, the Bitcoin pump. It's going. Go to the moon. Woo! Now we're getting a little overheated now. Freaking, there might be a time to put a little sniping short in there on Biddy. We're just here to make money, man. We all know Bitcoin's going up forever, but if you make movement going up and down at the same time, you might as well. Dude, look at that anchor trigger wave right there, dude. That was nice. That's what we like to see. Wow, dude. Yeah, that's strength high, saying we're oversold. Overbought. Green wave coming down a little bit, 12 minutes. Let's get a little bit more of an overview. Look at we might not be done. The 6 minute says we could keep going. That's pretty wild. I mean, it was probably picking up, the 12 minute was picking up these doji candles symbolizing trend reversal. Wow. I wonder if it's going to keep going. 12 minutes says we're overbought, but 24 minute, we have double red dots. Interesting. I did not expect us loading into it. Last hour, Biddy. Oh, dude, look at that. The blue oscillator waves. See this. Whoa, what was that? The Wi-Fi just decided to dip out. I apologize about that. I don't know why the Wi-Fi is deciding to be dumb. Woo! Freeze! 1 hour. Alright. Blue oscillator waves. Check it out, yo. Look at that VWAP. Holy smokes, it's a fat VWAP. Money flow still coming in. You know, I don't think I would put a short in right now. I think that there could be some more movement to the upside. We got the full, what is this? Market cipher B? Is that, or is that A? I think this is A. Yeah, market cipher A with the green dot. Turned full steam bullish, which it's like a catch-22. Super good when it actually confirms and plays out, in the sense like sometimes we'll get these green dots where you kind of make like a splash up and a dip back down, and then you get that real run up, because think of it like a whale jumping out of the water. Sometimes it splashes back down before it gets the lift up it needs to send flying. Send it sky high. So we might see a retracement. It doesn't look like it's slowing down, but it's possible. It's a scenario where we can get a small retracement, then really take off in the 2 hour. Excuse me. Wow. Ain't gonna trigger. Look at that VWAP. It is spiking up, boys. It's spiking up. Strength coming up. Money flow coming in. And that's a pretty bullish sign. We're bouncing off. We'll make a little support line right here. We're bouncing off. We entered into the 87 range. Some support lines up. I got to get more data so I can kind of see where our next waves are. Little baby one right there. Throw some lines up here. We kind of get a better view of what's going on. Where are we going to stop at? There. That's good enough information, I think. A big dive on Bitcoin right now. Why is it pumping? We'll gonna get into that. Don't you worry. No. Yeah. Anchor wave, trigger wave right here. Nice trigger wave too. VWAP going up, money flow curving up. Relative strength index coming up. Saying we're oversold, but I don't know, man. I think we're gonna keep going. 4 hour or 12 hour. Wow, look at that. It's defining the VWAP. The yellow VWAP wave right here pointing up. It's sniping. Dude, check out this. The blue oscillator waves turn flip bullish when the light blue passes the dark blue. It's at 49 out of 38 on the 12 hour. Like, that's wild. Fundamentals. Look at that too. Overbought or oversold on the daily. Yes. Bullish. Relative strength 78. Red money flow going out. Didn't I tell you guys yesterday that looking like a nicer time to long? Weekly. This is why we're flipping bullish, guys. You missed it last night. I said we're about to close a green dot on the weekly. This beautiful sign. We have a minor divergence as well. The weekly is saying, well, next, I don't know, 2 weeks we'll probably be back at 95K. Maybe the tariffs are coming to an end. I don't know. But that's looking great. Even on the 2 week, we're getting a doji candle, which is flipping bullish. Another great sign. The VWAP curving up. That's beautiful. Monthly is kind of, it doesn't really tell us a whole lot. You could say it's kind of a bearish, but I mean, you kind of get these 3 or 4 red candles. We got 1, 2, 3 red candles. And boom. I'm thinking up and away. Oh, it was a big day. Easter weekend. Let's take a look at some altcoins now. See what we got cooking up. Continuation on Bitcoin. Meantime, so when we see stuff like this, these great candles, and we believe we're gonna have continuation, don't try to catch it, man. If you try to get in now, you kind of already missed the general pump, and you don't want to be the bag holder. Not financial advice, but I would say you missed it if you're not in, and we're gonna wait for the more data to print out before we make our next move. If you're unsure of it, don't get in. Wait, time it. Check out Etheria. Or Ether. Everybody knows Ether pumps, everything else pumps. Oh yeah, look at that rip. It's going. Oscillator waves, 53 to a 35. That's beautiful. That's the 1 hour? Wow. 24 minutes getting a little scary. You can see the green right there. That's going from oversold to overbought, and it almost wants to clip back in. That could bring it down to a little retracement down to the 1600s before it decides if it wants to keep going up or going down. Bullish on the 4 hour. We have you could say anchor trigger wave right here. You could also say a double bottom between right here and right here. Relative strength pulling us up. The VWAP coming up. Money flow, which is the green wave coming in, is a good sign. Even though we're technically over bot, still pulling us up. It's great news on ETH on the 12 hour. Another thing too, when you see this blue triangle, generally indicates the previous trend. So we have this previous trend that it's a reversal, and that's step one of step 5 phases for market cipher flipping bullish. So it's saying market cipher A is flipping bullish. Check out the 12 hour and we're going to daily. Look at that. Yeah, I think we're coming up, and I'll tell you why I think we're coming up. So you have this thick anchor wave right here, which we saw that when ETH dropped down to what, 1450, and then you can see it's having this momentum coming up. Where's my paint pen? You know, like it's saying, boom. That's when the bears were in control. Boom, the bears tried to bring us back down, couldn't do it. Boom, the bears tried to bring us back down, couldn't do it. As well as you got this red money flow wave coming in. It looks like it's curving up. Yeah, this yellow, a little bit of yellow VWAP right here. Wanting to go the upwards, going upwards. So we'll see what else we got. Saying we're oversold still. This green line right here, the green line represents when it's green, it's oversold. It's tilting upwards, relative strength tilting upwards is great, beautiful thing to see. What else can we say? I don't see any divergence on the 12 hour. Oh, it's beautiful though. The daily. On the daily right now, we have the doji candle right here, represents a trend reversal on ETH. Green. Oscillator waves, the light blue still inside of the dark blue, which is a good sign. The money flow wave is still technically red, which is, it's kind of hard to read right now, but it's looking like it's loosening, or money's coming in as the red waves getting smaller. We got the green candle saying we're way oversold, which is great. Relative strength index, it almost looks even. Maybe it's a slight tilt to the up. Let's go to the main time frame that really matters, the weekly. So this is good news for us. On the weekly, I've gone over this a couple of different times. We have this divergence right here. Well, maybe it's convergence. I could have swore it was divergence before. Maybe it was divergence. It's possible it was divergence at first. Now, it might be convergence, which is not the same as divergence. Regardless, we have a green dot on the weekly saying that we're oversold. Great sign. Also a great sign is a green dot on the blue oscillating wave, which represents the light blue line curving into the dark blue line. Sometimes though, when they say we're in the negative 60s, it's like a runaway train. It takes a couple snaps to finally break through, but when you break through, it's just the floodgates open up. We're still in the red, but this could be the deepest it gets, and just because we're in the red doesn't mean sometimes it doesn't pump. See how you can tell from the red over here, we still went up because you see the red wave getting smaller. You're representing money flow coming in. Same with this green wave. As the green wave is getting smaller, usually green you think is good. It does, but necessarily saying on the latter half, that's the money flow leaving. So as you get the green wave coming down, you can see the market cipher A right here, that it starts getting silhouetted and getting gray. That's it, getting bearish. I'm not pointing to the candle, I'm pointing to the background. Same with getting bearish times. And I've noticed a lot is usually when it gets really tight is when we get some type of price movement. And it's saying the bulls are in control on that candle. Saying it's like the next candle will print green. It'd be great for us. Maybe a good time, man, for the trading. Go to another altcoin. Go to Crow. I just realized I'm missing one in here. I'm gonna shrink it out to a smaller time frame. Rock and roll music. Wow, wow. Pump it up, pump it, pump it, pump it up. Crow is showing a little different indications compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum, man, we got the green wave coming down. Not the greatest sign. A doji candle. Usually it's significant of a trend reversal. The last trend we had is green. So, I don't know. At least we're looking at the smaller time frames, 12 minutes. Slowly expand out. We're on the 24-minute. Saying we're oversold, but it's tilting down, so still maybe we'll go oversold even more. Relative strength saying we're coming down. You did have like this bullish symbolism right here with a double bottom. Not only is it a double bottom, double green dots with a double bottom. And then you could say less strength that the bulls had, less strength that the bull has, and that also creates an anchored trigger wave, which is saying you could have put a long in right here and you would have made a nice come up right there. Money flow turn is still on the red, but it looks like it's shrinking. The VWAP's curving downwards. We might see it come below the zero line, kind of make a splash, and that might give us movement to keep on going. Expand it out to the 1 hour. You know, a nice anchor wave, red green dot marking the bottom. We have a green dot right here, making an anchor trigger wave. VWAP's still high, but it's tilting downwards. The oscillator waves are bullish, saying that we are oversold still in relative strength to come up. Maybe short term, let's say the next maybe 4 hours, we'll keep going down. But we wouldn't know as we get more live data coming in, but that's what it looks like currently. The 1 hour is saying that, we still got moved to the upside. We're bounced off. You can see 1, 2, 3 times on this 83.62 level. We could break through that. Next level will be 83.76, and then I think we'll jump up to 83.95, and it'll slowly make its way up. Just right now, we're between the 8 and 10 cent range is where like the most resistance that Crow has. Once we can get through there, we'll shoot up to like 20-ish cents. When we break through that, you know, we're pushing some pretty crazy numbers pretty quickly. Green dot on the 4 hour. That's a good sign. Relative strength coming up. VWAP still coming up. Hasn't really stopped yet. Saying we're over by the second. Could be time movement to the downside. I'm just giving you all the bullets that I see. It's not necessarily what's going to happen. As traders, we just do our best to make the most educated guess. No. Here's a previous day. Day's work we have going on over here. I don't know what the heck is going on with this line, but you almost want to pull it down. I don't even know where this line came from. Whenever I drew it, though, it definitely broke below whatever it was at. We're just going to pull it down because that looks lopsided. This looks more accurate, more right. Kind of bounce off, not quite close, bounce off, not quite close, bounce off, not quite close, wick down, comes back up, bounce, 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 not quite close, bounce, not quite close, bounce, bounce, bounce. Bouncing off this trend line of some sorts. And this is kind of a good sign. This is a doji candle on the 12 hour saying that it could flip green. As well as you got this loss of blue momentum wave that we got going on right here to right here to right here, saying like the bulls are taking back ground on the bears. Relative strength looks like it's starting to flip up. We're saying we've been oversold. Possibly time to go up slightly in the red. VWAP curving up. Yeah, looking pretty good. We have a red dot on the daily, which is usually a sign of like loss of bullish momentum. But dude, I don't see any bullish momentum, so I don't know if that's gonna play out. As well as you see this fat red wave in here. That's a thick red wave. It's starting to curve up to the upside. It's just saying money flow's coming in, money flow's coming in, money flow's going to probably continue to come in. We might see something come up and down. We're sold, relative strength. It's like in a meh area. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. We got 22. We got the not divergence. Not divergence. What is going on with this line? Like, I don't know if I drew them or if I accidentally dropped them. What's up, Fet? The graph indicator. No, this is market cipher I'm using. You got a market cipher A, which is the silhouette wave right here. You can see it's kind of like a band. It kind of flips bullish. It turns blue. When you get one of these silhouette waves flipping bullish, you get a blue triangle, which is the first sign of a trend reversal. When you get all 5 that flips bullish, you get a green dot. The thing about the green dots, they're like, when they turn green and they go, dude, they go, man, they rip. But sometimes what usually can happen is when you first get the green dot, it's like the sign of an animal, like you could say the bulls are drowning and the bears kind of push them down and the bulls jump up, they take a breath, and then the bears push them back down. So this could be the first breath. Now if we get a second green dot, that's saying like this could be the time. And then this is market cipher B. So it's all CryptoFace has it. He modified a lot of stuff. He claims that he put 20 indicators into it. I have no reason to doubt him, but I can't personally say I've seen it. And it's this green line is the money flow coming in, and when it's red, it's the money flow leaving. this wave is the money flow. Red is usually a sign of it leaving, but it's less and less and less and less and less and less leaving. You see what I'm saying? And that's because more and more is coming in. So usually the latter half of the red wave is like, you kind of want, when you want to trade, you want to catch like the last third. Where's my paint pen? So this is like the peak of the bottom. Here's like a third. Go back and drag down. So look at what we're looking at. So if you could have put a long in right here, you know, you could have got some caught some wicks possibly, but you just held on to it. You'd start having this higher wickage coming in where you can make more money. And then if you put your long in down here, yeah, you would have caught like right here, but you know, if you waited for like the last third, put it in somewhere around here, we're getting ready, man. That's what I'm thinking. Well, altcoin season's coming. Matrix? Are you talking about like the movie? I don't know of any graph indications. Or you're talking about the shades? You're talking about my shades? You like that reflection? Tom crowning it up in this business. We're on the weekly time frame, yo. We got a green dot. Super sexy sign. We love them green dots on the weekly. That's usually a big sign of price movement. The fact that we have two is saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. And you know what's interesting too? I was actually tracing this on a smaller time frames on the 1 minute. Oh, you want to look at the graph? Oh, frick, man. I thought you were talking about Market Cipher. I was going through a deep dive for you. I was like, I guess a lot of people have heard of Market Cipher. Yeah, we'll check out the graph. Is the graph GRT? Is the graph on MEXC? I always like MEXC charts. Really? It's not on here? Dude, I almost don't even believe that. We'll pull up KuCoin then, and I'm gonna pull up graph over here and just double check graph. It's on MEXC. Why the frick can I not find the chart? It's dumb. I was like, that's so weird. Whatever, we'll take KuCoin. All right, let's check out the smaller time frames so we can figure out what's exactly going on in the short term, and then we'll figure out where it's at in the altcoin season. Definitely had some good movement today. See here, where we at right now? It says 2:12 a.m. wherever it's at, 2:36. In the last 24 hours. That's the last 12 hours? Oh yeah, that would have been a good move. Last 12 hours, dude. So if you would have put a long in when you get just to the bottom right here, straight up, when you get a second green dot, with another green dot saying loss of momentum, but the bulls, bears are giving up ground. You would have caught the half of the red wave with the VWAP flipping and the green money flow wave coming in with the strings like inside the green dot angling to the upside. That would have been a killer long, bro. Killer. Could have rode that long. You would have had this red dot right here saying lost momentum. Didn't play out though, because you almost immediately, well, one, you're still oversold, so that kind of shows that the less likelihood that red dot playing out. Relative strength, you get it. It's slowly curving down. It's nothing sharp, which is another sign that it might not play out. The VWAP's kind of slowly curving down, and when you get like a smooth curve down with the VWAP like this, it's usually a sign of like a dip. Kind of like I was just saying with the breath, like it's going to give the bears a breath and then it's going to come right back up. So that's a good sign. You could have stayed in there, got a second green dot with that green dot, and the blue oscillating wave staying bullish. Dude, This could have been a killer trade. Okay, so first off, on the 24-minute, I'm seeing a little bit of negative stuff happening. This is the 24-minute. My eyes first seen it. There's a bullish divergence, which is saying it wouldn't go in the depth. A little bit of a dip. And to say that, so still the 24 minutes, not the longer time frame. This could have been an advanced course for the day. Wow, look at that money flow wave. Holy smokes, it is just green. I didn't realize how big it is. Wow. Graph's been moving. Okay. I also see a couple of different things going on here too, I'm going to point out. I think we're going to come down to this area right here. And I'm going to point out why is this the CME gap. You can see this white line, how it just poof, it just kind of shoots up, saying that the CME gap needs to be filled. Obviously, how this damn things always poke their crazy heads up. So I'm thinking we could come down here. And then secondly is the green money flow wave. It's thick. It's not super crazy thick. And I also see some bullish stuff that we could verify in a longer time frame. So it's slightly coming down, but as I just pointed out in the previous chart with the VWAP wave, it's slowly, gradually coming down. And now we're down right here. This could be like the breathe moment where you'll see the bears take a breath before the bulls yank their faces back up. So this VWAP wave could technically pull us down to 81.2, pretty much 82, just to fill that CME gap. Which we want to fill that before, we should have straight up again, because it's a pesky little thing. You don't want to fill it later. All right, another thing to point out, so we were just on the 24-minute. I don't know if it's a long-term thing because the divergence does not exist. Negative divergence does not exist on the 1 hour. So short term, we might come down a little bit. Long term, we're in the 60s now with the light blue, which is a signal of a runaway train still could be going on. As you can tell, breakdown. It takes a little bit, to take a full effect, as well as the green money wave coming in is still coming in. And if you looked at the 24-minute, we had this yellow VWAP wave that was kind of like slowly gradually come down. We had that little tiny dip. Same thing's probably going on here. We just looked at it. It's probably going to be a slow gradual down, a little tiny dip, and we'll probably bounce right back up. No bearish divergence on here. There's not enough information to say that there is bullish divergence. Now, what I do see is we're oversold, but we're still kind of pointing up. Relative strength. It's kind of trading sideways right now, but the money flow, the blue-green wave, still saying that. We have the littlest tiny VWAP in the 4 hour. I don't know on that little tiny VWAP. I wouldn't give it enough strength because it's too tiny. But you know what I can see? So I'm projecting out right now. Is we're in the oversold territory. Yes, we're in the 60s or 62s. We could trade like this for a while and then come down. I'm making a sharper down. It'll probably be more like, probably come down something like this, kind of gradual, and we'll dip and we'll make an anchor and a trigger wave like that, and that could project us crazy numbers. We want to see that. And I'm on the 5 hour. That's a weird time frame. I thought I clicked the 4. And then we're going to skip ahead and go to the daily. Daily green dot, marking a bottom. Yeah, it's marked a couple of different ones. It could be a local bottom. Let's take a look at the other ones. Yeah, marked a bottom, doji candle. Yeah, there you go on that one. So when you get a green dot like these two, yellow X's take precedence. So you would have played the last 2 green dots. Bail out. That's priority. And the red wave, dude, look at that giant chunk you just took out. That's fat money flow coming in. Strength coming up. The VWAP is high at second, but it's perfectly parallel right now. Saying that we're oversold still, which is a great sign, saying we have a lot more movement to the upside on the daily. Our next area of support for the graph, we're looking at 9. Is that 9? Yeah, 9. Then we got a little tiny one at 10. Little tiny one at 11. There's your green dot. We had that green dot close last week. So, this would have been a good one. Like, you always got to take a look at all the coins, see which one is trailing. So if you would have had hindsight of the graph flipping green, you could have made potential trade on other coins that had not flipped the green dot yet this week. You still here, Fett? You got any other coins for me to look at, man? Green dot, looking bullish. Money flow could be peaking, coming out. Oversold, strength coming up. VWAP, tiny VWAP. Hopefully getting some more strength. Oh, cracked my neck. Take a look at Tron. One of my non-favorite coins. The only thing good about Tron is that they have Tether, but Tether I think is a lot of money behind Tether, but I don't think it's gonna be the king of the stables. I think that's RUSD. What up, Hal? Happy Easter to you too, man. Resurrection Day. You like the shades? Tom crowning it. Party time. Oh. Let's take a look what we got going on Tron. 12-minute. Saying we're over a bot. Strength coming down. It's literally like ticking down as I'm looking at it. The VWAP is kind of an area where it looks like it wants to start curving up. The little tiny green money flow doesn't give me enough information to make a move. I could see us coming down past the zero line, making an anchor trigger wave with this green dot, saying that this could be a possible trade entry in the next couple hours. Oh yes, we are going to come down. We have lost momentum right here. We're looking backwards, look forwards, which should also create an anchor wave, which we have now a tiny trigger wave with a gradual move down. Gradual move down to VWAP. We might come down below the zero line, come back up, making another anchor trigger wave. And depending on how far we come, we could also get the divergence we need to propel us up to the future. Oversold. Strength coming up. We have a green dot. Money flow still thick. VWAP still forming. That is a good sign. Even though I don't really like Tron. On the 1 hour. 4 hour, we have a doji candle. Kind of a bearish sign, man. Kind of a bearish sign. You got an anchor wave, and we do flip negative. Strength coming over, saying we're over bot. We got a fat anchor wave and a trigger wave. Not great sign. Not a great sign. No, we did have a doji candle here, and it kept going. Another doji candle here, it kept going. Now, this could be the same thing. We have to kind of take it on a live trade basis as it gets updated. This could close on the 4 hour in the next hour, and then we could have more green candles to the upside. The question is, how long can it continue? Daily. Almost like a doji candle. VWAP ain't curving up. The money flow doesn't give us enough information to say we're oversold, or overbought. Strength saying that we could be seeing some more movement to the upside. On the bottom, it just doesn't give us enough information. And on the weekly, and it's hard to say this is a trigger wave just because the anchor wave's so far back. Money flow so thick. It's starting to curve up, though. I don't know, man. We have to wait a little bit longer to see if we want to stay bullish on Tron. The Soul. Weekly closed green dot last week. That's great. Got a green dot. Blue oscillator waves are on our side. Strength is on our side. The VWAP is on our side for now. Saying we're still overbought. I always get that confused. Yeah. Overbought. And the money flow. There's a lot of money flow still. We want this to get a little thicker green where we want. That's what we want. This is algo. I think my color lines are all tweaked. Ribbon 8. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're right. 21's curving down. Not a great sign. But that doesn't really make sense. That doesn't really make sense on this because you got a green dot flipping green, and then you got we're way over the red. Oh, excuse me. With the VWAP coming up, saying that we're oversold, but it's curving up. Assuming that's where the strength is also. Yeah, strength's probably also curving up too. Kind of weird. And we're flipping bullish too in algo. Market's up at A. It's formed a blue triangle. Oscillator waves are still bullish. Strength still pointing up and away. We're saying we're oversold. Should be more money coming in. We're catching the latter half of the red waves because that's money coming in. That's a good sign. Algo on the daily. 4 hours says still could be more room to the upside. Strength still pointing up. Blue oscillator waves have not clipped. It's a good sign. The green waves a lot. We have pretty thick green flow coming in. Excuse me. Have we peaked? I do not think so. The VWAP saying it's pointing up. That's the yellow VWAP wave is still saying there's angle shooting to the upwards direction. Lost momentum. That's a good sign. Let's see. And you would play that green dot. You could have caught it where the money flows coming in. Looking at the VWAP. Not a very big VWAP, but they were able to turn into a monster. Ugh. Got a red dot on the 24 minute. We have a red dot. This is the second coin I've seen with the 24 minute where we have bearish divergence. With the slow slanted VWAP wave. Almost an anchor trigger wave. You've seen that it go up. You have 7 minutes since candle close. I actually might make a live trade on this. Money flow coming down. Oh, VWAP's kind of playing against you. Kind of pointing up. Dude, I might put a live trade on this. What's the 6 minutes say? I want to look at 6 minutes real fast. Trend reversal, trend reversal, trend reversal. Money flow. Now getting a little flat. Money's still coming in. Man, I wish I could have caught it up here though. That would have been a better catch. Strength. I just don't want to catch, put a short in and hit an ink trigger wave. That'll irritate me. Get ready to close. 24 minutes shows that it should play out. I don't know if I want to stay away for a couple hours. Yeah, well, 12 hours saying I'm going to keep going up. So if I put the short in, I'll have to set a take profit because that sucker looks like it might have a lot more room to go on the 12 hour with the money flow coming in. Saying that we're overbought. Oh no, sorry, excuse me, oversold still. Strength coming up. You'd have to be watching it. Looking bullish, even on the daily. Weekly got the green dot. Yeah, I'm thinking algo is gonna be bullish. But I'm gonna put a live trade in on a short. I think on it though. 24 minute. I think it's gonna be a scalp short though. We got the bearish divergence. Red dot on top. Granted, this has not confirmed this red dot. So that is a thing. We're saying we're oversold. I just want it to close. 4 minutes that closes. Doji. You know, you can't put a lot of hype behind these dojis. And the next candle's gonna print red. VWAP's oversold. Money wave's coming in though. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. 24 minute looks promising, but the 6 minute saying iffy. VWAP wave, another slow gradual down where we just kind of dip. It kind of had like this scenario going on almost. That this is the previous, yeah, that slow gradual coming down. I wonder if we're gonna clip down. This is worth the trade. Slow gradual. I don't know, man. I don't think we'll get a dip. I might get a little bit slow gradual coming down. Money flow. We would have been over all the other time frames. All the other time frames are bullish. Oh, dude, I just realized I'm up freaking 16.5% on my Bitcoin trade. Shoot, before I decide what I want to do, I should take a look to see if I'll have more success with that. I totally missed that. And granted, this Bitcoin trade I was in, I placed it at freaking, I have to minimize this. Where's the Bitcoin video at? 87,460. I placed it at like 86 something, I think, last week. And it was like, yeah, an emotional trade, and I probably shouldn't take it. But I was like, I have a lot before I get liquidated. I'm not going to close that loss. Now here I'm at plus 16%. Let's go. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Is this it? Is that a doji? Can we take a break? I don't know. Can we? 1 hour saying we're getting oversold, or we are oversold, but it hasn't confirmed on these candles yet. Saying the bull's still can be in control. I don't we'll figure it out, man. I mean, that's still saying it's like going to. I'm going to leave that trade open. I'm not going to close that biddy trade. I'm not closing my biddy trade. I'm up 16.7% right now. Let's go. Totally forgot about that. I'm going to cancel these 2 other orders that I had put in. Dude, I put an order in last night at Bitcoin. I was within like $23 of Bitcoin freaking for it to. Sorry. Before it filled. Oh, okay. I thought I was showing everybody my email, but no, I don't really want to do that. We're okay. We're cool. We're kosher. We live. We be living. All right. We're going back to algo. So my candle closed. Let's see. We got 40 seconds till this candle closes. We'll figure out if we put a scalp short on algo. Few more seconds. So we got 20 seconds. I'm gonna set it up right now with a possible order on algo. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? It's closing right now. Come on. Show us the data, please. Show us the data. Why aren't you giving me the next candle? Confirm. Confirm now. There we go. All right. That's what we like to see. 1957. Okay. We're going to put a quick little short in on algo. Give me a second. Order successful. We're gonna do a quick scalp right here on algo. Probably gonna close it out in the next hour because 6 minutes says we could go down. I'm thinking like maybe even less than that. Like I don't know. Probably like an hour. I'm gonna keep it open for like an hour. That's what I'm thinking. Unless something major comes out. Look at that. 24 minutes got the red dot. I was thinking about putting on the red dot right here, and I was like, I don't know. I want a little bit more information. We got the information we were looking for. We are officially in the green on our algo trade. 0.5%, but we take it because that means we're 0.5% up on our fees. Guys, check out the link in the description for BitFi. If you want something with low fees that's reliable, it's got lots of options, check out them BitFi folks, man. They're good friends. In 1 hour, we're kind of in the 60s. It's good. That's good. We want that. Okay. I'm gonna drive myself crazy. I'm gonna stare at this chart. We're gonna go check out some H bar. And are there any H bar barbarians out there? Any H bar barbarians out there? Ooh, anchor trigger wave. This is a possible long opportunity I'm spotting on H-bar. Anchor and a trigger on the 6 minute. 12 minutes says we could come down a little bit more. Are we getting a doji? Another doji. But you're long in a lot of success with the money flow coming down. The VWAP possibly curving up. I want a little more information before I decide to do anything. 24 minutes saying possible. You know, the funny thing is that we get like these 2 or 3 red candles. Sometimes we get those several legs up. This is not a doji, but this candle does look pretty freaking similar to this candle. Previous candle was a doji. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone, I think. 1 hour saying we're hitting an oversold potential. H-bar's at 17 cents, dude. Yo, I love it. I was buying H-bar at 4.5 cents. Money wave coming in, the slow grounds around to VWAP. We'll probably get a little swoosh and then a big old splash coming out of it in the 1 hour. 4 hours saying we got movement to the upside. 12 hours. Ditto, man. Daily looking solid. Red waves getting shorter. That was saying that these were the bottom. Strength coming up. Then we're oversold. Anchor trigger wave, dude. I might put a long in on the daily on H-bar. Weekly still hasn't got that green dot. It's running about a week behind, but it's clipping right now, which is a great sign we want. Saying we're over negative, we're over 5, which I don't think it's curving upwards, so we'll see if that flips. The what is it called? DBSI, saying that it's projecting the next candle to be green, which I'm thinking it's right because we're going to get a green dot. It's going to be awesome. We love awesome things here. Strength curving up. So you got the daily and the weekly saying, let's go. Uppity. I love my H-bar, man. You got the XRP. Let's go. Anybody out there who wants me to take a look at some coins for you? Let's take a look, see what we see in the charts on this Easter Sunday for markets open Monday. Everybody loves XRP, right? Negative. We got trigger wave. Negative, saying that we might see some downside on the 6 minute. Granted, it's a 6 minute, so it doesn't hold a lot of force, but we did have a lot of green. A lot of money. VWAP curving to the upside. Now that might be a short little red dot on the 6 minute. Doji candle though on the 24 symbolizes possible trend reversal. Maybe something similar like this. If we get these giant green candles up, we get doji, cool off a little bit. Doji trend reversal. So we could have a doji. We might get a couple, and we might go right back up. VWAP saying that it's parallel right now on the bottom, which is not a negative thing. Okay, guys, not a negative thing. Not a it's probably more positive. Not a negative thing though. Anyway, we're oversold in the 24 minute. 1 hour is saying that we're oversold. Pardon me, I did it again backwards. Overbought. We're still in the booth. Oscillator waves are still bullish. It has not flipped back. Strength at 89. Oversold at also 89. Money flow, it says it's still coming in. The green still slightly coming up. You can see the little tiny green little snippet right there. And that would have been a nice long right there. That green dot, double green dot with the blue oscillator wave. Thick on the red with the VWAP coming up, dude. That would have been a fire long if you could have seen that right there. All of those played out. Woo! That's why we like spicy. 4 hour. You got the divergence too, right there. Divergence. Look at that freaking VWAP wave, bro. That was a big old wave. The strength coming up, saying we're still over. We got this. We're over bot, but we got blue triangle. Which, by the way, I was pointing this out earlier. 2 blue triangles is a very good sign, because the first one, as you see, we kind of dip back down. Sometimes it's like the bulls and bears fighting in like the water, and the bulls come up for breathe, and the bears pushing back down, but the bulls start to take control. So now next time we come up with the vengeance. That might take us and send us. The strength way coming up. All good stuff. All good stuff. You got this. We're on the daily. Daily green dot, doji. Up with momentum. Thick in the red. Green dot. Could be a fantastic sign. Could be a fantastic sign. Looking for like a fantastic sign. As long as we don't get a red dot behind that, I think that's going to work like an anchor trigger wave. Weekly, we still haven't got that green dot to clip. In fact, we haven't got the blue oscillator to clip into the dark red. It's saying, okay, we marked the bottom. Now, granted, it could just be lagging slightly, like a week behind, like the last point we were just looking at. Strike pointing up to the upside. The strike is fighting behind the money flow. So, believe it or not, this curvature right here is also the strength finishing up. Then we're oversold. We're oversold. Take it back. They did it again. Overbought. We're overbought. I sit there and think about it. VWAP curving upwards is a bullish sign. This clipping, which is a bullish sign. And I think I just maybe I've spotted something really interesting. Okay, take it back. I thought we had divergence. Did not see. We don't have the divergence. Good sign though. You know, and also, like I said, this lagging on the weekly, this will allow the market size for A to get a little bit more tighter, which should be a great thing, because when we get tight, we tend to bazooka out of it. Who doesn't love sand? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Sand is the coin of the future. Minecraft of crypto. Let's go. What is that? I don't even know what this is. This is something weird glitch is going on right here. But think about this. We're deep in the red. VWAP coming up. Strength coming up. We got the bullish oscillator wave. The green dot. When was the last time we had a bullish oscillator wave? Right here. Minus these yellow X's that were taking control. But if you would have bought in right here and just chilled out, and we got that bazooka to the upside, you could have made some good gains right there. Are we going to get another bazooka? Very possibility. Wow, we are thick in the bearish. But last time we were thick in the bearish, we get that movement. Same thing right here. Thick in the bearish, and we got that movement. Red coming down. Now this could be the bottom. Red coming down, and guys, I mean, look at it. This is pretty freaking close to being the bottom. I mean, you might get a wick down to 22, possibly, not likely. That would also be a killer buy zone. We're on the weekly. This is like the entire lifespan of this coin. Woo! Up in our trade, 1%. Let's go, Algo. I'm gonna go back and take a look at Algo. We put a short in it. Temporarily, hour long, possibly short. because everything is saying bullish, but on the very short time frame, we saw divergence, bearish divergence to the downside. There we go. Here we go. And it's still going. Still going. We put our trade in. We thought about it right here. We thought. Right here, we put in our short because we wanted confirmation. Now we have 2 candles into the red. Can it keep going? Yes, it can. It will probably keep going to minimum. I'm thinking right here. Okay, so we have maybe another 20 minutes into this trade. Wasn't it going to be huge? I didn't do crazy leverage. I just did 10x leverage. Not crazy. I could have did like 20 or 50 and tried to really crank up some juice on this scalp. I was not thinking that. But we're covered our fees and we are positive. So let's go. All right, let's take a look at Fart Coin. That's everybody's favorite shit coin. USDT. We're going to Breakout. Yes, we are. Wow, that information's almost impossible to read. I'm on FarmCoin. What is FarmCoin? Do I even want to know? Nobody pointed that out to me that I was wrong. I went to Breakout. It was Farm. Why am I not pulling up Fart? I'm going to back out. There we go. Freaking everything is being stupid. Everything's been stupid. Fart Coin, all right. Look at this. Flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop. Getting tight. Red dot. Momentum coming down. Bearish. Money flow leaving. The green wave getting smaller. Bearish. Last half of the green wave is bearish. Last half of the first half of the red wave, bearish. Strength coming down, saying that we are over bots. So coming down. Red dot has not confirmed on the 6th minute yet, but it did confirm over here saying, and confirmed over here saying loss of bullish momentum. Red dots does not mean you're short. X is an identification of a short, though. That being said, that one wouldn't have played out greatest until like over here. This one would have played out great, but you're seeing loss of momentum. You see the patterns, recognize the patterns, because that's what we trade on, are the patterns. The data is better than those triangles, diamond shapes of 58, 68, 50% chance. You know, the data shows you what you want to see and how to use. If you recognize the data and patterns, you get even better odds off that. So let's go. Now, that being said, this is the 6 minute. 12 minute. Look at that, guys. Red X on the 12 minutes on Fart Coin. This could be a good short opportunity. It has not confirmed. We got 7 minutes left. This could come out with they burn half the supply. Well, that red X is probably going to go away because that's not confirmed. But at the current moment in time, it is there. With the doji candle signifying the end of the previous trend, I would say this green all this green movement was the previous trend. And that's how I would view that. 24 minute. The X has not appeared yet on the 24 minute. It is likely to appear if we continue to the downside. We might see a drop as low. Now this is a wick. I would say we'll probably go to the candle body at least here. Okay, it's 86 cents. It's 4 cents. You can possibly add leverage. Maybe catch a scalp trade. VWAP is bilateral. It's very, well, if you expand it, it is still could potentially coming down. Green wave coming down. Now we did grow that to make the data a little bit more visible. You might see like 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles come up, but previous 12 minute to X probably not. It's probably going to expand to the larger time frames. The 1 hour we got red doji candle, bearish. Oh, Check this out, guys. You know, if anybody else spot this, you could be up in some green. I might try to put a second short on this too. Check it out. Bearish divergence on Fartcoin right there. Pulled it on the 1 hour. We got a red dot forming with the doji candle closes in the next 30 minutes. Oh, well, look at that. The red dot just appeared. Still doji candle. Not super great with bearish divergence. Now, I'd still think this is more likely a short, even the red dot disappeared. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In 4 hours, staying this still movement to the upside. But is it going to slow down? It probably will slow down a little bit on that 1 hour. No bearish divergence on the 4 hour. It's just on the 1 hour. Doesn't really have an anchor trigger wave, but it does look kind of nice. The money flow coming down, which is kind of scary. It also has all this 12-hour pressure, this little node right here, struggling to break through. What's going on in the algo trade? Daily green dot. Same, we're oversold. Money flow coming in, strength coming up. VWAP coming into the other side. On the daily, it looks like it might break that node on the previous 12-hour we saw. Weekly, not enough information. There we go. Like I said, we have bearish divergence on the 1 hour, the relative strength coming down, the VWAP coming down, the money flow is still going up. The last half of the green wave is usually when you start to see bearishness, but 4 hour and the daily are looking nice. So I think we're in an uptrend, and I think we might see a dip. We have to learn to recognize our environment. Possible short opportunity. Algo ran doji candle. You don't want to see dojis. We don't want to see dojis. We want to come down more. That's what we want. 24 minutes. Let's I hope it doesn't do like the stupid 3 candles and then be flipped. 2-3 candles flips. That would irritate me. Things just irritate me sometimes. How many guys out there hold stacks? You guys want to check out Jasmine? Yeah, we're gonna come to an end here pretty soon. Let's check out Jasmine though. Jasmine. Futures on MEXC. 24 minute has the almost bullish trend ending. Closes in 2 minutes. Strength. Look at that loop. Woo! Nice loop. And we just got into the green where we marked it that we're oversold or overbought. Oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought. Oversold. The red dot coming down. VWAP coming down. See if we'll only make it. That's only a little splash. 24 minute drop. VWAP drop. Oversold. That's the strength coming down. Entered the red. Barely entered the red money flow coming down. That's not a lot down. I'll check out the 6 minute. 6 minutes up. Meh. Still shows coming down. VWAP starting to curve up, but still shows room to come down. I'm gonna say that it looks like the green money wave slowly coming down. Bearish. Now, check out the 1 hour. We did this little short time frame. Possible anchor wave, trigger wave It's still saying we have movement to go up. VWAP pointing down. Strength, We're over sold, overbought. Let's see, think about this. We're overbought, so possible movement to come down. Money flow coming down. VWAP kind of pointing to the downside, but the oscillator wave still shows a little movement to the upside. Unclear on the 1 hour. We do got a green dot. Sometimes green dots are symbols that recognize that bears are drowning, and they're fighting the bulls. And the bulls might come up, they take a breath, and go back down. One last time for the bears to try to push it, and then we can get that rocket straight line up. Trend reversal on the 4 hour for the previous red trend, which is a good sign. It's a good sign for Jasmine. Trying to see if I can spot some type of divergence. I do not see divergence besides the doji candle, which is possible trend reversal. 12 hour. There was a trend reversal right there, but it didn't play out. The oscillator wave still saying bullish on the 12 hour. Relative strength, oversold, overbought. Here's a line that I drew here the other day. I don't remember. I drew this yesterday. This yellow line saying that follow the money flow. The red wave's getting smaller. Money flow coming in. The only thing I don't like, I'm not gonna lie, is this fat anchor wave. I don't want to see this close anytime soon, because if it closes, that's going to create an anchor wave showing to the downside. Now, granted, this yellow line, as you can see, we still could come down and still continue to play out. But that is a thing. On the 12 hour, on the daily, it's looking good. Look, you see that yellow line? This is where I drew it on the daily. That is a nice trend. Well, that's why this trend line right here is probably why we're bouncing off significant levels of support. We're in between some type of high volume node right here. You can see all those yellow lines I drew. The waves are getting bullish, which is good. When you start seeing the waves from the notch silhouettes bullish. 21 moving up, good sign on the daily. Weekly, we got the green dot. VWAP's trading sideways, strength still coming up, saying we're overbought or oversold. Pardon me, I do it every time, so you guys just have to hang with me. Coming up. Coming up. Alright. I'm gonna get ready to get off unless you guys have any coins for me. There's nothing in the chat right now. So I'm giving you guys like 30 seconds of me talking so I figure out what my next move is. Now if I get people in here and start talking, I will be gladly to stay on a little longer for you guys and go over more coins for you. Yes, Charles. Ha! I knew somebody was in here lurking. Yes, Charles, I'm in a trade. I opened a short on Algo. We are down 4.5% on it. We were up. Let's take a look at it. See where we come back to where we were at. We had some good stuff we saw, and then there was some bad stuff we saw. Dang it. So we have an anchor wave, trigger wave. This is why I'm down right now. We put the short in. We had this doji right here. We waited for it to confirm. We put a short in on this candle, or maybe it was this candle. I can't remember, on the 6 minute. Played it out. We'll watch it come down a little bit. We figured it was probably going to come to this yellow line. There is some movement to the upside as we do see anchor trigger wave coming right now. Granted, this is the 6 minute. We were looking for a quick scalp. We had the VWAP wave coming up, which is another sign that why you can see right here, we getting that VWAP wave printing with that green dot. And granted, I was looking at other coins, so whatever the trade. Now on the 24 minute, wow, dude, that really did change. Holy cow. 12 minutes saying that we might be flipping. You stuck, man. Sometimes a trade doesn't want to go the direction you want to go. Strength's flipping. Now the 24-minute was on our side. We had the movement coming down to the downside, which we still have the bearish divergence. So we do got that. We did draw a bearish divergence, and we're gonna hope it plays out and this just flips. When we made this short, we were going to wait for an hour to play out. It was just a quick scalp in and out. But the money flow seems to be one coming in more. I'll probably end up doing tonight is I'll set a take profit and a stop loss on this, because I do think there's a good chance it still can come down. If not, I don't think I'm going to get liquidated on it, and I'll have to reevaluate in the morning, because I don't think I'm going to stay up all night to baby it. But it's okay, because when you make trades, you don't want to trade. I like to try trade with 1% of my portfolio, because you don't have any emotional attachments to 1% if you do get liquidated. And then I make up the difference using leverage as I go. Are you in any trades, Charles? That being said, if we come up and we get like we take this little green dot, we come up right above the ankle zero line, we make a little trigger wave, I will be very happy in the morning, because I'm sure I'll be up. You're shorting the SPX. Let's take I'm going to pull that up. SPX 6900. Let's take a look at SPX. Yeah, you probably saw the same thing I saw, but on algo. Oh, good. Dude, Charles, after we talked and I was telling you that I thought we were going to come down, I put a limit order in last night on Bitcoin. Dude, I put the order in at $83,879 to pick some random number, because I don't like to fit flat numbers. Whatever. Well, freaking, it came down to $8,300, bro. I was like $26 away from getting my order filled. I was like, really? Really? I was like, I would be massively up right now. Let's go BitBuy, guys. If you guys want to trade, check out the link in the description for BitBuy. When we get to 100 subscribers, we're at 88 right now. If you sign up for BitBuy, send us your username. One of you lucky people will be getting 100 ADA. You might be able to catch a quick scalp on SPX too. We have our X on the 6-minute. Drink, VWAP coming down. Or you might have what happened to me and try to catch a scalp and reverse. Goes reverse on you, you stupid thing. Money flow still coming in green. VWAP in the yellow VWAP. Light curve down. 12 minutes shows possible bullish momentum stopping. I don't know, I'm drawing. I'm just drawing right now for the sake of drawing. I was gonna go somewhere with this drawing, but I didn't end up figuring it out. Well, you can see the loss of the momentum is probably because you bounced off this trend line right here. Money flow is still coming in thick. VWAP's coming down, which is probably another reason why they lost the momentum. But if this is peak, we'll probably come down, cool off before we get another run at it. 24-minute peaking. Same where we sold, but also strength coming down. Green dot though on the 1 hour. Be careful. That would be a scalp. Would be a scalp on SPX. Yeah, doing some bouncing, man. But look at that, dude. Freaking the last half of the red waves usually. That's that red wave, but we're kind of coming to an end right now, which is saying that money's coming into it, as well as it's saying we're oversold. Strength kind of tilted a little down. but the blue oscillator waves are saying either more upwards direction or trade sideways. And we have the market cipher A turned bullish right here, and we have a green dot, which a second green dot, which I was saying earlier. You know, when we get one, sometimes the bears will take control while the bulls are taking a breath. The bears push you back down, and now we have a second green dot saying it might be time to go. Now I just bought something right here. CryptoFace came out with this pattern. If I'm reading this pattern right, this is Jesus take the wheel is what he calls it with paintbrush. You go, Jesus. Sorry, I'm new to this. Take the wheel, and you got the little hands. Crypto facing this. That is so good. Jesus take the wheel, and they like to play out. Play out bullish. That would be a trade. Mark my words, if this is Jesus take the wheel, I am not erasing this on SPX. The wheel gonna come back, and this sucker is gonna be a monster candle. Still down my algo trade. But like I said, I plan on keeping it open an hour, and I'll reevaluate what I want to do there. And by that time, it'll be bedtime. Work Monday morning. Looks like the VWAP could be coming to an end, so this is where we might flip, and I might go positive. Yay, positivity. No, I am noticing this, the DBSI is getting tight, which is a little not great feeling, because when it gets tight, it usually decides to break down or up, and with it kind of slightly tilting up, not great. Ooh, doji candle. Yes, we want doji candle. Doji candles would be good. We're not gonna let these two little green candles scare us, because we set a time frame in our head. 1 hour. You gotta stick to your time zones. Let it play out. Let it play out. All right. I'm gonna look at one more coin. This Charles is here. Unless Charles, you have something specific you want to take a look at, I'm gonna type in flare on top of XRP. Player one. I think someone was telling me it was an RWA, and I didn't know if it is or isn't. Isn't it flare not on a lot of exchanges? I wonder if it's on RULUSD because it's on crypto. Of course, I will look up that instead of flare. AI. Dude, I know nothing about this coin. I seen it pop up and hang around. If you could fill me in on what it actually is, that would be great. So I will be charting just off analytics because I know nothing about it. So, first thing is we have a green dot on the 6 minute. But I don't really want to stick to the 6 minute unless I'm going to plan on looking at the trade. So we're going to start at 12. Possible anchor trigger wave, so a possible move to the upside. Yes. See that. I would say if that does play out, first thing of level, possible trade to 14. Really? Is that only 770 to 81? That is not a huge trade, but it could be a scalp regardless. Oversold, strength coming down. Little tiny doji candle right here. Market cipher A was really wide. Now it's getting tight. Here's a CME gap right here. I don't know if you can see this, Charles. We shot down with a freaking CME gap. Where did it stop at? Someplace inside this candle. Where the frick? I want to see the bottom of the CME. It's inside the candle. Why is it making it hard for me to see it? It's in the candle. I just changed it to the 21. Freaking off hike in the sheet. I still can't see it. Okay, well, somewhere in here, there's a CME gap in this candle. And I guess I'm just not technical enough to find it. Let's just say it's right here, okay? So that being said, on the 24-minute, maybe we'll come down a little bit more to fill the CME. Maybe we already did. I don't know. It's hidden someplace in there. But I could guess it's an AI coin on Solana, but what is it? What's it do? I mean, it hasn't been around in a long time, right? Okay, what do we got here? Okay. Could be a red flag on the 1 hour. Fat anchor wave. Fatty anchor wave. Money flow super green. The last half of a green wave, usually bearish. So this is the 1 hour. Strength coming down, saying that we are overbought. I did that right. If we are clipping, we're 21 to 19, so we're not in run around train territory where it's plus 60. Plus 60 takes a couple whacks before we go down. Now, that's not saying this is going to happen here, but money flow is still coming in green. But if we are peaking and the strength is coming down, and this makes a trigger wave, not a good sign. Not a good sign. We still have it's only 8 minutes to figure out what's going to happen right here. Dude, I almost want to stay on just to see this. Just to see it. But maybe we'll get a clearer picture if we expand the time zones. And dude, look at this. We don't have any anchor waves really tying us down to the bottom. You know, if we had that would be great. Granted, the anchor wave might only take us down to 14. It's weird. Hold on, 1 hour. Only 1440. Strength slightly coming up. VWAP coming up. Well, you know, you kind of got that. Hopefully those 8 minutes something happens because it doesn't look super nice. Doji, trend reversal will get the green. Strength possibly coming up. Red coming overbought, coming up a little bit, so it doesn't look crazy. It does look like the green is slightly coming down though on the 4 hours, slightly. AI 16Z is the first venture capital DAO led by AI agent. The project is led by an AI agent at Primerica and aims to leverage AI and collective intelligence to make investment decisions. Well, that's kind of cool. I have to look more into it too, because the thing about DAOs, I don't think I've seen very many succeed. Now, that doesn't say this isn't going to succeed. But if you looked at a lot of like the NFT communities, a lot of them became DAOs and they can't survive. They just can't. I don't know if it's just human nature or whatnot. But if this can do what it says to do and I read more onto it, that would be crazy. The other thing that almost makes me nervous, collective intelligence, makes me think of the CIA. Oh man, I don't know about the CIA agents, man. Yeah, I'll read more into it. Maybe I'll check out their white paper. Where are they at? The 4 hour? 12 hour? Well, 12 hours looking nice. You got that going for you. 12 hours looking nice. Saying that we are oversold still. Strength. Trading sideways. Maybe a little bit up. Yeah, trading sideways. Wonky little couple wonky candles right here. Saying that we could be going up. The good news is it looks like the bulls are taking control, because the other way to be seeing weakness, and more weakness, you know. But we got this big old wave right here. Could be making an anchor wave, which could allow a possible trigger wave coming up off this anchor wave to the upside on the 12-hour time frame. We look at it like this. We zoom out. I see like this little tiny, I don't know, I've seen this pattern before. I actually see a couple different patterns right here. Messed that up. And it almost looks like it kind of wants to do this. It kind of bounced off. They're like wicked off it. Okay, my text. Someone texted me. You see that, and then I also see this pattern too. Not quite. I messed that one up. Don't look at that line. That was a bad line. Algo trade's coming up. Coming up in a good way. What was I doing? I wonder if we'll get a breakout. Next level. Also, I'm seeing a cup, possibly a handle. You know, if we come down a little bit and bounce off, that might not be a bad thing. Yeah, I was just looking at the round and bottom is good. That's exactly cup and handy, man. Crypto lifer. That's exactly what I was starting to see. Cup and handy. That might be a good thing. Where are we at? The 12-hour. I like looking at the longer time frames right now, dude. Everything's looking so nice in longer time frames. Dude, there's not a lot of data to go off the weekly. I don't know if I'm new, the point is. But let's just hypothetically say we're missing this information right here. Let's just hypothetically say it's kind of rounding like this. So we're in the upwards game right now. I kind of like that. That was a good paint line, man. I'm getting better at this. You got that anchor trigger wave. I don't know if you could say Jesus take the wheel right here. That just doesn't quite look what I see, but you do got this nice double green dot bottom with an anchor wave right here, which actually played out. The VWAP slightly coming down the daily, but we're still oversold with the green relative strength index. I don't know. I think you might be right. You know, I think there is more projection saying algorithmically we will see more upside to it. To this coin, you know, and I can see us breaking this if this breaks out, and we're projected right here, right? Well, let's just say we hit up here and we wick up, we come back down, we close like right around here. You know, maybe that's a possibility. Maybe that's a possibility. Too oversold. What time is it? On a fuck frick. I mean, let's say the F word. Don't do that. All right, now I actually do gotta go though, because it's been a long stream, and my wife likes it when I don't do hour and a half streams, and we are in here an hour and a half and 37 minutes. So, guys, Charles, because you're my only watcher, I think, right now, or you're in the chat. Please smash that like button. I do appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow also. I think you are a subscriber, Charles. I'm going to say again to anybody else, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We are trying to grow, helps boost us in the algorithm. Everybody knows how algorithms work. They are super great on YouTube. We love the algorithm. Yes, that's why we put as much content as we can to get those likes up. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. Trade with us. Please join us again tomorrow for about 7:30 Pacific Northwestern time. We are going to go over a bunch of different stuff. We'll have some brews. We're going to look at the charts for us. We'll love to look at any coins that you're interested in. Me and my partner will both be here together. Happy Easter. Thank you so much. BitFi link in the description. Sign up with your email. Send it to your username. And when we hit 100 subs, we are giving away 100 ADA to one of our lucky people. And thank you very much. Have a great night.